Hello everyone, Niev here, and today I've got a new oracle, a new oracle deck. So, this is actually a French deck, but it's about Japanese gods and spirits. And that's actually what the name is. So I'm not going to butcher the French here, but I can read the Japanese, and that says Kami to Yokai. Yeah, so Kami to Yokai, and it basically means gods and not really demons, gods and spirits, I guess, or some of them are demons. But anyway, so yeah, obviously, this is a Japanese inspired deck. It comes with a nice book here, and it is all in French, but the artwork is really nice. There's some spreads that I might try to use my Google Lens to translate the French here. But yeah, and there's looks like a chakra spread here. Pretty cool. So I will, check out the spreads a little bit. And then, of course, it goes into the gods and the spirits, the Kami to Yokai. So yeah, this is an oracle deck. Who publishes this? Let me see if I can find the publisher. Looks like some French company here. So yeah, and it did come in a little bag, but sometimes I keep bags that decks come in, and sometimes I don't, and I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I do like that it sort of fits the deck, because this is a long deck, long and skinny. Love the backs. Beautiful. But yeah, I want to make a bag for this, and I think I'm definitely going to pick fabric that maybe has some koi on there, since that seems to be the theme on the back. I have already shuffled these, so yeah. I'm going to make a bag for this. Let me get this out of the way. Now, I'm just going to kind of talk about this while I flip through. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So yeah, so this is a really nice deck. The cardstock is pretty thin. Let me grab the whole deck here, or basically the whole deck. So you can see it's pretty thin. I'm bending the whole deck. But it's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel shoddy. It feels like a pretty good quality deck. Kind of feels like the current Llewellyn kind of cardstock, though it's less shiny, more matte. The art style on this is beautiful, and this means dragon. So, but then down here, it's not the kanji for dragon. This is the kanji for like god, or for a deity, and yeah, so slightly different. Of course, I got this, to add to my Japanese deck collection. Yeah, and I do have another deck coming in. This is a very well-known Japanese deity or spirit, and there's a companion that goes along with her. I believe this is the woman, and then there's a male companion, and there's one card for each of them in here. So the woman and the man, and then there's a card for both of them. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, this is a really, really neat deck. The artwork is amazing. I love that it's got the name in Japanese here. Hime means princess. Yeah, and the English or Romaji on the top is not in any language. It's just the Romaji of the Japanese here. I am sorry that my speaking is not very good right now. So that means foot, and we can see that it's showing her foot here. So that's interesting. Yeah, so I also got the Tarot Yokai that is very similar looking to this. Both of these are mass market. I got them on Amazon. They ship from France, because I believe it's Amazon France, or actually maybe this one came from Germany. I'm not sure, but anyway. Yeah, it came from a different country, but I bought it on Amazon USA. So Yeah. And the other deck I'm getting in is the Tarot Yokai. So it's a tarot version of this. It looks like it's like these two decks go together. I don't think they technically do, but I think the tarot deck is also long and skinny like this. Though the tarot deck has the name of the card in French and then the Japanese underneath. And I really wish it was the other way, because I think what I would have done is just chopped off the bottom, and so that I would just have the Japanese. But it is what it is. At least there's no English on it, but I kind of wish the tarot deck had just the Japanese. This isn't so bad. Again, I do wish it just had the Japanese. I wish it didn't have the Romaji, but it does help for accessibility for immediate accessibility and being able to recognize or say the name. But of course, my intention with this is to help me further my Japanese studies and learning Japanese. So that means woman. Ona means woman. So I would prefer if it just had the Japanese on here, but for accessibility, it does help right now. How many cards are in this? I checked that before I started filming. Hold on. There are 52 cards, and I remember that now. So, actually, that reminds me as what I was going to bring up going through this deck. Because there are 52 cards, I think what I'm going to do is next year for my Nihongo no Nikki, and that is my Japanese language diary. This year, I'm doing it around a Japanese reality show, and I'm watching the same episode every single day or most days in a week, and then recording random quotes from the show and then putting them in my journal that I decorate as well, and I share that on Instagram. And last year my Nihongo no Nikki was more of a Nikki, meaning a diary. So I did a sentence a day, about my day. But yeah, so, and I like to switch it up. I don't like to, I'm keeping the same theme throughout the year. So this year, until the end of the year, it's going to be the reality show. But next year, because there are 52 cards in here and there's 52 weeks in a year, I think I'm going to do kind of a weekly study of each of these cards. And yeah, and I'm kind of excited about that. I think that could be pretty cool, though, it might be, it's an investment, and it's a commitment, so here's the couple card of Izanagi and Izanami. So yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the cards themselves, so I'm not sure if I passed the other single of that, but yeah. So I mean, these are gorgeous, and here it is. These are gorgeous, and I can't wait to really delve into this. And I will, before the end of the year, before I start my new Nihongo no Nikki with this one, I am going to use this deck. So I'm going to still try to familiarize myself with the cards before next year. Sorry if you can hear my dog, by the way. She's outside barking. Here she comes. She's coming inside. Will you be quiet? Anyway, so let me, I can't really shuffle this long ways. Yeah, my hands are too, let me zoom out here. My hands are way too small for that. So, and they're too skinny to kind of side shuffle. Though I was shuffling them like this in the corner, and that works, but obviously I can't bridge like that. Sorry, my hair was getting in the camera. Woo! So aside from the little side corner shuffling, which does work, I will be mostly overhanding this one, I think. So when my other deck comes in, the Tarot Yokai, I will be doing kind of both of these decks together as a sort of pairing. But since I don't have that one in yet, I think I'm going to pull out a few tarot decks and see how I like them with this deck. And I'm going to put this right in the middle, and I'll grab some tarot decks. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side for a second, actually, because I want to pull my daily card here. And I've kind of been doing this on camera a little bit, just kind of to remind me to pull my daily card. And this month, I am, for my daily card, I am pulling from the Druid Animal Oracle deck. And this is kind of just my daily guidance from whichever deity I am honoring this month. And this month is on Dagda. So I'm just going to shuffle these real quick, pull a card on camera, record it, and there we go. All right, so today we have the bee. Nice. All right, I'm not interpreting that or anything. I'm just simply recording it in my my journal here. So this is my daily tarot journal, and I haven't finished decorating the Dagda page here. And today is the bee. So that is the 13th bee. Bee. All right. Thank you for joining me for that. And now let's continue with our scheduled programming. Let's put this right here in the middle. And let's see. I think for the first one that jumped out at me was my Anna K Tarot. And this is a deck that I use just for me. This is my sort of, I don't know if soul deck is the right term or something. Let me do a quick shuffle of this. But yeah, I don't know if soul deck is a term that I connect with, but if that's, you know, a term that I would use, then I guess this would be my soul deck. It is the deck that I kind of use for my own personal development, and it's my own connection. And if I had to keep just one deck, like get rid of all my decks, this would be the deck that I keep. So how do we like this with the Kamito Yokai? Actually, I think this looks pretty cool, and especially we can start pulling out colors and stuff. And of course, we are just looking at aesthetics here for right now. Ooh, this is pretty neat. We're just looking at aesthetics right now because I don't know the mythology around each of these beings. Ooh, wow. Look at, like, wow, how, some serious masculine energy here. Like, whoo. Wow. I mean, I want to take a picture of this real quick. There, I took a picture because whew, it's almost intimidating. Let's do a few more. Pretty nice. Ooh, Kodama, like the tree spirits. And in fact, that's the kanji for tree. 6 of Cups is sort of nostalgia with the tree spirits here. And then the Fool, an adventure. Actually, what I kind of got from this, not knowing anything about the actual Kodama here. Of course, I know Kodama from Princess Mononoke. That's my favorite movie of all time. But without really knowing anything about this card, this suddenly felt very much like going into the Fae realm, and what a fool you kind of have to be to do that, you know? And sort of, I almost feel like this is like, it's not saying don't do it, but it's like, this, like, you know, the words aren't coming, but like, you know what I mean? that's sort of what this combination made me think of here. Interesting. Ooh. There we go. Ooh, wow. Okay, and I'm going to pull one more here with this combination. Wow, this one really connects with that Queen of Swords. Wow. All right, so I'm going to pull out another deck and see how that looks. So, going a slightly different direction here, but still kind of connecting with that Fae Fey energy I was talking about, I have the Hush Tarot here, which is not a deck that I normally use. I actually never use this deck, and that's because it's curated art, which isn't usually my style, but I did really like the art of this. Some of the cards in this deck are based on, like, was created for RWS, and then but a lot of them was curated from Jeremy Hush's artwork. And it's gorgeous art. It's got a strong Fey energy for sure. But some of the cards just don't really fit the imagery, at least for me. The imagery that was used for certain cards does not correlate with my understanding of the tarot. So that's kind of why I don't really use this deck very often. But it is or actually ever, I kind of want to rename the deck. I want to go through and reorder them, I think. But it does give me a strong, like, Fey vibe and, like, wild, kind of dangerous Fey sort of energy, that dark, which is, I feel like a good chunk of the good people is that kind of danger element. And yeah, so I would like to potentially connect with this deck, but yeah, so that Fey energy, I thought maybe might go well with this deck here. And I do like it. I like the imagery. The imagery is looking pretty cool, and look at that connection there. I do think these cards, because they're matte, they will separate over time, but they kind of stick together a little bit. I do love this card in this deck. I know this video is not about the Hush Tarot, but I'm talking about it. I love this card, but it does feel very out of place because it's obviously it's Hindu characters here, and the deck, it just doesn't quite fit with the deck. You know what I mean? But I do like it. So yeah, this is cool energy here. I know I pulled that aside, and I've messed up the order, but that's okay, whatever. Ooh, look at that. So I like the energy of these two decks together, and the imagery does work. I do like the imagery together, the artwork and stuff. Interesting. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I think I still liked the Anna Kay more. But all right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so going a completely different direction again. I pulled out my Murder of Crows tarot, and there's something very dark about the神と妖怪oracle here that I wanted to see how it looked against another really dark deck. And this deck is probably my most macabre deck that I have. And it's a very large deck. So these are tall cards, and it looks like they're just about a similar height, if not. The Tarot Yokai is like a smidgen, just a smidgen taller, like a third of a centimeter. Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of see how this would look. Of course, the Murder of Crows is a black and white deck that has pops of red. I have the special edition that has the red. It's not the mass market one that is all black and white. So mine has red in it. So yeah, that's definitely creepy. But it's funny because this is creepy, but it's like, it's almost goofy. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is not quite hitting for me. Because they're both a little spooky, a little creepy, but like in completely different ways, and I don't think they're meshing up very well. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'll pull one more and see how I feel, but like, this is okay. Yeah, it's just not really working, I don't think. But I like that they're similar sizes, height-wise, and yeah. They both have that creepy energy, just a different kind of creepy. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, totally different direction here. This is This Might Hurt tarot. And I chose this more for the colors, and also because it's like a very basic RWS clone, and but it's got colors that are pretty similar to what's in here, I think. So thought I'd give it a shot. Let's see how this looks. And I think it might actually go pretty well. I can already kind of like, I already kind of like this. So what do we think of this? I do like this, but it's almost like we've got the spiritual here and then bringing it down to the mundane with this. I definitely like it more than the previous combination, but oh gosh, some of these cards are just really sticking together. That's an interesting thing here. I like it. I really liked the Anna Kay more, and even the Hush Tarot I liked more. But this, it's fine. You know, I could use these together. It's fine. And I think that's my take on this. It's fine, you know. Yeah. All right, one more. Ooh, see, that would look cool. Interesting. Huh. All right, so I'm gonna move on to. I think I'm gonna do one more deck, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so for this last one, I pulled out the green glyphs, and that's because I'm actually working with this one a lot this month, and so it was out, and also because I feel like the colors might go with this, and it's really small. It's a really small deck, so I was thinking maybe it could do like 2 on each side. I don't know. Let me just kind of. I'm gonna see what works here. Right here and right here. I might have to zoom out a little bit, and like that, and maybe this could be a spread for something. I don't know. Let me zoom out. All right. So, like, what do we think of the colors here? Well, especially with this one, it looks pretty cool because of the orange. Of course, we're getting a difference in the whites because this is a very like beigey deck, and then of course the titles on this are stark white. So that I don't love, but we can kind of see what this sort of looks like here. I think this could be pretty cool. I have to say, though, like, the green glyphs decks are really difficult to pair. Now that I have this out, I'm gonna do something else real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm pulled out the Cosmovisions? Yeah, Cosmovisions Tarot/Oracle, and this is also a James R. Eads deck. It doesn't go with the green glyphs, but it does kind of go with the green glyphs, and it's created obviously by the same creator, so it does kind of go. And I pulled off the 2 right here because I thought maybe it could be cool if we did something like this. Of course, I'm just playing around here, but let's see how this sort of looks. And I don't know. I mean, I think that helps. It definitely does. It helps to have this deck kind of break up the differences of this deck with this one. But what do we think here? I've got to find. I'm pulling these off in different directions here. Okay, here we go. I don't know. I think this is pretty neat, actually. This is definitely better. Yeah. Let's do this and this. I definitely think this is better. And man, this card here with all the lights, I feel like really connects with this one. I almost feel like this deck matches a lot better than the green glyphs. Let me pull those out and let's switch to just this one. I'm kind of loving this. I think this actually looks really, really good. I kind of wish I had thought about this when I pulled out the decks, because this works. Yeah, I really like this. Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh, I'm really loving these 2 decks together. And I also have the Prismavisions, but that looks very similar to the Cosmovisions, so I'm kind of doing a stand-in of this for both decks. But, you know, I could do one deck on either side, or I could do kind of what I was doing with the green glyphs and do 4, where 2 are from one deck and 2 are from the other. But I do really, really like this deck with the Kamito Yokai Oracle. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to pull one more. And there we go. All right. So that is it for this video, this little walkthrough plus some deck pairings with the Kamito Yokai. Let me pull out the little book here so that we can have the... So for the Kamito Yokai. So thank you so much for joining me. And I will have a video probably out in 1 week from this one that will be the Tarot Yokai. Not the independent one, but the mass market Tarot Yokai, which looks very similar to this. And I think those two decks are definitely going to pair well together. But I will have some other pairings as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!